firstly, what's changed from the previous generation Celerio? That's the most important thing.
First of all, it's the design, so a whole different design language, where the previous one was very straight lined with a center line crease and all of that. You can see now it has a more fluid design, a little bit more bulky, more of what they call the stay effect in the headlights, and all more aggressive, but also more approachable look in the same way. And I know that sounds a bit counteractive, but a much friendlier face than what we used to in the previous one.
Absolutely, and you know what? I keep thinking to myself, this looks like a baby Swift. It's got such a family resemblance in so many areas to the new Swift. From that chrome strip across the front grille, which is a feature of the new ones, but even the rear end in particular is Swift.
Yeah, I think it's got a mix of some models too. So we also see that centerline, which is brought into the first generation Baleno that we launched, as well as also the rounded liquid flow design of the Baleno also comes in quite nicely. But I like what you said about the chrome strip. Really adds that centerline in the grille like we have in the Swift. So
right, of course.
A really good car that fits in with the rest of the family on the showroom floor too.
Okay, now let's have a look. We're in the GL model because there's GA and GL, right?
Yes.
So one of the standout features of GL, of course, is these 15-inch mag wheels.
Yes, 15-inch mag wheels. The previous generation Celerio had full steel wheels with a full wheel cover, but in this segment people are looking for something with a fresh new design, and alloy wheels actually accentuate the vehicle's design quite dramatically, especially when it's one size larger than what it was previously with the 15-inch design.
Nice aerodynamic mirrors. You've been very careful to make sure of features like that. Let's just pop open the back door in particular, because it certainly has grown from the previous generation car.
Yes, definitely. Great interior space, class leading in actual fact. So 6 centimeters in the back compared to the previous generation. If we think about 6 centimeters, it doesn't sound like a lot, but what it does add is, especially if you're looking at, let's say if you're flying in on any of the domestic airlines, 6 centimeters makes quite a big difference to your comfort and your experience.
And very nice to see ISOFIX in the back seat.
Yes, so all of our models is now slowly but surely getting ISOFIX as standard. It is a universal standard, obviously, for child seat safety, and a lot of people think that it adds to the safety because it's added to the structure of the car, but it's actually to make it easier for parents to load kids in the correct manner.
100%. Nice big bold tail lights over here. We'll come around to the back, and again, this is where I see so much of Swift in this rear, but that's my opinion.
No, good. We see some rounded lights from Baleno and all of that in the back too, but great family resemblance and a great fit for all the other models in the model lineup too.
Popping the boot open now, this is a massive increase. 295 litres as opposed to 65 on the previous?
235, so 60 litre
60 litre increase,
yes.
yeah. Fantastic. Split rear seats.
Yes.
Again, certain opposition aren't even offering that in some cars these days. Interesting fact. Let's just leave it there though, okay?
Cool.
Right, engine. It's a new engine in this one. It's not the previous engine, although it's still a 1 litre 3-cylinder.
100%. Yes, 1 litre 3-cylinder now with DualJet technology.
Right.
A lot of the Suzuki products in Europe obviously benefiting from DualJet technology, so glad to introduce that into South Africa. And I think the proof of the pudding is in the eating thereof when it comes to fuel consumption. So great fuel consumption as being the most fuel efficient 5-door petrol hatchback in South Africa.
Fantastic. 49 kilowatts, 89 newton meters of torque.
Yes.
Good figures, aren't they?
Yeah, great, especially if you consider the curb weight of 805 kilograms. It gives you a power to weight ratio of 61 kilowatts per ton, which is on par with even larger competitors in the segment.
Right. Brendan, we're going to jump inside, just look at a few of the features inside.
Sure.
My turn behind the wheel of this little new Suzuki Celerio, and it really has grown up from the previous generation. Got Graham Erasmus behind the camera for once, didn't trust his driving anymore, so I decided I'd drive. Graham, what's your impression?
Well, it's a typical Suzuki, small, well priced, got all the bells and whistles, and it's a great city car.
Yeah, very much a city car. I mean, I think Suzuki said so themselves. We felt it. It'll handle freeways easily enough, but not necessarily that much in reserve on a freeway. So it's definitely more a town car, city car, and it'll do that job brilliantly all day long, that's for sure. But Graham, just show quickly, you've got this nice big touch screen, you've got all the equipment, all the bells and whistles. This is the GL model, so you're looking at just over 190,000 Rand for it. which in the current market is pretty competitive, isn't it?
Yes. Anything under 200,000 rand today is like buying a car 50 years ago for 1,000 rand.
Right, well, you would remember that. I'm too young for
I
that.
do. My first car was 1,100 rand.
Oh, you must have splashed out.
It was painful.
You mean it was just like you are now?
Yes. A pain in the...
Yes. And a very old one now too.
Correct.
But look, seriously speaking, if you look at the car in front of us, show it quickly, Graham. To me, that rear end is mimicking the Swift, Big Brother Swift,
Correct.
which is, again, a good thing. Family resemblance, family context in any car nowadays is a good thing, where you can immediately say, oh, that's a Suzuki, no problem.
Swift Mini-Me.
Yeah, okay. Engine-wise, now it's in... So you've got that new DualJet engine, 49 kilowatts, 89 newton meters. Sounds like nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then, of course, Suzuki with their lightweight construction, and you've got a car that's basically just on 900 kilos, makes a difference as well. So power to weight ratio is much better than you'd expect.
Correct.
So it goes pretty nicely, and it's not bad on economy either.
Very good on economy.
I mean, Suzuki's figures are 4.4
4.2 litres boundary
for
crash.
the automatic version, 4.4 for the manual.
For the 80, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's exceptional. And Suzuki generally, what I like about the brand is whatever figures they forecast on their cars, generally you can achieve in normal driving. So that again makes a difference. Got everything you want, nice, comfortable, easy city car overall. That's my definite final opinion.
Correct.
Okay, well now we're cruising along on the highway. I'm doing just over 100 at the moment. It's pretty stable for a smaller car, I must say. The handling is pretty decent. There's no complaints whatsoever. You know, you find a lot of smaller cars, Graham, that don't feel stable enough on a highway or freeway. But this one I think does the job, eh?
I must have a good look at the tyres because it is pretty stable.
Yeah. Acceleration in top gear, obviously I'm in 5th gear right now. I've just gone from sort of 100 to 120. It's not exciting. And that's something one would have to think about for long distance cruising, whether you've got the ability to, of course, push big overtakes of trucks on the highway when you're doing that. That would be one question. The other thing I'm sure you're noticing is it is very buzzy in here.
Yes.
But that's a 3-cylinder engine for you when it is revving a bit higher.
I actually love the sound of a 3-cylinder engine.
I don't mind it. I'm just shifting down a gear. You can see the moment you do hit any sort of incline, you certainly can't hold 5th gear. But so what? It's fine. That's what a gearbox is for. But the buzz is there. I'm now on 4,000 revs, and you can certainly, it's making itself heard. Let's simply say that. Graham, you like it. I do find it a touch tiring, especially if I was trying to drive to PE or Quebeca, as you would call it.
Yes. Now that you've cleared your throat.
Yeah.
I don't mind a bit of road noise or engine noise because my first car was a Beetle, and you definitely heard the engine. You definitely heard the wind going past.
And if we're talking about not having reserves for overtaking,
Yes, the Beetle was not the...
you put in an application a week in advance, didn't you, for an overtake?
Yes, it was not the Ferrari of its time. Yes.
No. And then you
yes,
drivers who do this, who just come into your lane in front of you because they think they can.
Oh, he's just said thank you.
Yeah. And I'll do it again to the next guy. But that's Joburg drivers for you.
Yes.
Indeed. But overall, you know what? It's a comfortable ride, actually. Very compliant,
It's
very
not
smooth.
bad at all. Not bad
For
at
a little car. And I have to keep saying, for a little car, you did not expect ride quality like this from little cars a few years ago.
No.
So they've certainly got that right.
But then again, it is a Suzuki.
Yeah, it is indeed. Okay, Graham, thanks for the driving together again today.
Thank you, and enjoy the next one.
Yep. Right, we jumped in the inside of the car now. Brendan, show me a few of the real features that now stand out in the new model compared to the old and in the market category.
Overall, with the car, obviously we have our let's say our highlight here, which is 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system. It's a new generation touchscreen that also shows new information of the vehicle itself with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, driving range, your fuel history, and all of that too. Obviously, this vehicle hasn't been driving a lot today, so it's still showing zeros, but that's a cool feature. Center console with electric windows, front and rear, and everything in easy reach. Steering mounted audio controls, start-stop button on this side. Sorry, not stop-start, engine stop-start, automatic stop-start,
Right,
ESP,
yeah.
and rear park distance control.
Now,
as standard.
ESP also a big feature. You've mentioned a lot that only cars under 200,000 Rand in South Africa with ESP are all Suzukis.
All Suzukis, and starting with this, the most affordable one at 174,900 with a Suzuki Celerio GA,
Right.
which is also the starting price.
Okay, now you mentioned that. Let's just finish with that. 174,900 for the GA. This is the GL we're in now, you're looking at?
Yeah, this is the GL manual. It's 194,900, and then the AMT would be 209,900 respectively.
Right, fantastic. Brendan, I think you're going to do big things with this one. The previous Celerio was a really good car. There seem to be massive improvements on this one.
100%. Thank you so
So
much.
best of luck, and thanks very much.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for a good launch.
Thank you.